it's Paola. Welcome back to my graphic design and art design everything channel. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. And actually, I need to remind you guys to ring the bell to get notified when I upload, because YouTube does not like to push my content, does not like to show my content. I don't know what's going on lately, but please hit the bell so you can be notified when I upload. I appreciate you all. Thank you. So guys, today is a video that is a continuation of my Adobe Live. I was just on Adobe Live back on Tuesday, February 6th, and I will have that linked below. What we created was a swimwear brand, and mostly the presentation of the brand. I talked about Behance, I talked about tips for your portfolio, I had a lot of advice in there, and it was just a really fun live. So go check that out. I had a really fun time. I really loved the project and I loved where it was going, and I wanted to get it up on Behance. So this is a continuation of that video of the live. Definitely go watch it if you want more in-depth, but here is where I finished the project. So jumping right into it, as explained on the live, this is a swimwear brand. I had a whole fake brief made up. I had all the details, all the color palettes. I had everything kind of ready to go when we started, just because I really wanted to be prepared. Basically, the visual narrative of this brand is very organic and feminine and bright and summery, but also it's not preying on insecurities. We're not focusing on a certain look or a certain demographic. It's just about the overall branding and feeling that you get from the visual narrative. So a lot of the live had all the tips about putting work into your portfolio, and that's basically, you guys know that's what I do on here all the time, but I wanted to just talk you through the project. So the logos and stuff were already completed, and it was just a lot of fun custom stuff, and then it was time to kind of put it together after all that initial planning and put that into Behance for a brand presentation. I only had an hour and a half, which flies by, especially when you're on live. You kind of just like get into a weird rhythm where you're like, okay, I'm just like moving and making, and you know, you're trying to talk the whole time and engage with the questions in the chat, which was great. Like, I loved it, but whenever I do it, I'm always like, okay, whoa, like, let me take a step back afterward and see what I even did here. But I really loved it, and I loved where it was going. I just wanted to change up a few things, just because in the moment you kind of panic sometimes and you're like, oh, I didn't really want that there, I wanted it over here, or whatever it was. But the things I did were really strong. So like I said, if you want more detail, the detail is there on the Adobe Live where I was making it, especially like that phone shape. Here is where I added in some of the lines to make it look like it was like an Instagram story, just kind of in general as a mock-up feature. It's not really supposed to be super detailed, it's just for the overall imagery, and I think it really works. It's very effective for what it is. I find that putting together the brand presentation is where I thrive. I love making a whole visual story for my brand, and I love creating those scrollable, interactive looking experiences on Behance. So I talk about that a lot in the live as well. But this is where I got to at least spend a bit more like mundane time moving things around. It's not always exciting on a live, so I didn't want to spend too much time going, okay, where is this photo going to go as opposed to this photo or whatever. So I just like to keep it moving, and especially like to keep it focused on what I'm actually designing. But for this moment here that I spent working on it post live, I just moved things around and spent some time like adjusting what needed to be adjusted and perfected, just to make sure that it looks how I want it to look. I think that the great thing about Behance is that when you present your brand, it just looks so professional. Just even if you just uploaded each photo one by one, your photos can just look really strong on that platform, and you can use that platform kind of as social media to just get your work out there and get clients or just get eyes on your stuff. So I just think there's so many benefits to just putting your work out there, especially if you are trying to find clients or a job. So yeah, honestly, this project just seems very strong to me, and I think that I can do a lot with it. I'm also going to create a kind of carousel moment for Instagram as well. So there's lots you can do with artboards on Illustrator, putting together different types of photos, scrollable, like big photos on Behance, or even just those carousel photos that kind of flow into the next. There's so many options, and that's what I love about actually presenting my work and making that brand presentation. It's just so effective and really creates a narrative and breathes a life into your brand. And I like to focus on the imagery and the marketing choices for the brand as well, but it really is about showcasing your logos and your design choices, maybe font choices, color choices. It's really about showcasing a brand identity as well. So that's all in there, and I think it all intertwines beautifully, and I just love how this project turned out. So then it was time to bring this all into Behance. So here is kind of my upload process. I've made videos on uploading to Behance before, making things for your portfolio. I have tons of videos on that, so please go check them out. And yeah, this is just my process with this project. I took down the spacing. I love having that scrollable collage feel for this one. And overall, I just had a really great time, and I think it looks so great on Behance. Every time I put something on there, I'm just so proud of myself and my work. So yeah, this was a fun mock-up imagined brand, and you guys know I love doing those, especially for the channel and for you guys. So yeah, let me know what you think. And also feel free to take this design idea. Obviously don't copy what I did, but a swimwear brand, or even just the name of the brand to make a swimwear brand too. If you couldn't come up with a name, you can totally use the name I used. It's just a mock-up brand. It's for fun. Just make sure that you make it your own. And yeah, if you do that, let me know, tag me or whatever. And let me know in the comments below what you want to see in other project videos or what you're working on lately. I'd love to know. And please like this video if you liked it. And we're just signing off because this was just such a fun project. Go watch the Adobe Live. This is the conclusion of that, and I had such a fun time with this project. It'll be up, Behance, Instagram, all of that. And I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye!